Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from Under Armour.
Oh, I have a shirt.
You do have a shirt. You planned ahead and wore some swaggity swag.
I did.
I did not wear the swaggity swag today.
Because that's how I do it. Sometimes.
I meant to, but I couldn't find one that fit right.
Yeah.
And it was clean.
I understand.
I need to do one.
Because you're wasting away, dude.
Yeah.
In a good way. In a good way.
What's wrong with Brian?
People, it's in a good way.
I forgot what we were saying.
Yeah.
Deepinara, Texas.
That's right. That's
favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio.
Yes. Don't too hard.
That's what she said.
Yes. Right here.
This is where we are right now.
Right here, right now.
And we're going to answer some questions.
Ta-da!
Come on in.
If you didn't know
Grab
already.
a seat. Get a dranky drink.
A little sip of sip.
Take your mind off things and stuff. Watch us answer questions. All right, welcome back to another episode. This is 278. 78, great year. 78.
That's right.
Of Ask RNA, where Angela and I answer questions. We're so excited to be here. Yeah, if you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell, you get notified of our videos. Just go ahead and do it. If this is your first time watching this, just go ahead and subscribe.
You know you want to.
It's going to be great. It's probably the best YouTube channel that you're going to see. The greatest.
The great around town.
Bestest.
Yes. And it'll bring a little smile to your face.
Yeah. Now, you old timers who've been with us a while, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That'd be great. The algorithm.
Yes.
That'd be great. Somebody comment last week. Comment for the algorithm. I'm like, yes. Thank you, sir. You know what's up. All right. We have a little music shop here. We teach lessons to beginners and intermediates of all ages.
All shapes and
sizes. We have a good
sizes.
time. We talk about stuff, things, and yeah.
Keep the music alive.
Keep the music alive. We're celebrating. This is our 10th year of Ask RNA.
That's right.
Not Ask RNA, but 10th year of RNA
of
music.
RNA music, yeah.
We're coming up on 11 years.
We are. It's so crazy.
2021 will be 11 years of small mom and pop
We're already
business.
into the next decade.
Wow.
We're entering in the next decade of RNA music.
Entering the second decade of RNA music.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
I haven't even thought about it like that. All right. We're going to answer some questions now. Let's get to it. We answer questions all kinds from people all over. Sometimes gear stuff, sometimes Texas stuff. All right, here we go. Just fun guitar with the first question. All right, Chris, you're number one this week.
Yay.
This new question: do you see your sales increase over year end? And do you expect to see much this year with the new normal shaking things up? Our local guitar stores are all closed down for November by law due to COVID.
Ooh,
Chris is in England, the Englandshire.
Someone shake the door?
I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, Chris is in England. And so right now, apparently, all their stuff is closed down. We are not closed right now. Things have been kind of back to normal. Around here, around these parts anyways.
It's not really a new normal other than the sporadic masks that you see.
Yeah.
Because we really didn't have to rearrange our whole lives and turn it into something different than what we are used to. Yeah. We really didn't have to change much, especially here in Texas.
Well, for about 6 weeks.
Yeah,
for about 6 weeks, we had to shut everything down.
Too drastic.
Yeah.
Because we still came to the shop. We didn't really open up our doors. We did sell things every once in a while. People were like, can I just come by and pay you online and then I can pick it up outside the door? Stuff like that. But
curbside pickup of guitar picks and strings.
But will we see sales increase over the year to the year end? I can see that happening.
Well, the problem right now is getting stuff.
Yes.
Like we are all out of our little. We sell quite a few of the orange little CR12 practice amps. That's like $100 little orange amp. It's a great beginner amp. Kiddos or young players getting their first guitar. It's affordable. They need an amp to go with it. We sell a lot of those. I can't get any.
Yeah.
Like I can get some February, March of 2021 is the next time I'll be able to get. I'm like, that doesn't help me for Christmas.
Yeah. That
so
really stinks.
In America, at least anyways, guitar sales and instrument sales and amp sales and stuff has been ridiculous. Like it's almost not saved the industry, but everybody being locked away at home.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, I'm going to learn to play the guitar.
Right.
So like sales of music instruments have actually been significantly up this year over the past years because of people being stuck at home. What's the good thing to do when you're stuck at home? It's like learn to play an instrument,
or pick it back up,
again. So it's actually been pretty busy here. Now the problem I'm having now is actually getting stuff.
Right.
Like we're pretty low on inventory now at the moment, but like again, I can't get any of my preferred little practice amps until February, March of 2021 is the earliest I can get some. So I'm like, that kind of sucks.
Right.
Even with some of our suppliers, like with Schecter right now, even if they have it in stock in California at their warehouse, it could be 3+ weeks for me to get it. Like they're backed up on sales, like they've sold so much to dealers. And, of course, getting supply in, especially from overseas, has been problematic and a little bit drawn out. So right now it's kind of like getting stuff in has been a challenge because the demand has been so high. Yeah. Supply and demand. So now we've been busier than ever, I think.
Oh gosh.
Or just as busy as we've been for a while teaching lessons. Because there's a limited amount of 30-minute slots in a day that Angela and I can fill. We can only teach so many students in a day physically, one-on-one.
Right.
And we've been pretty booked solid for a while, a couple of years, and having periods of a waiting list. All right, I'm sorry I can't sign you up for lessons right now, but I can put you on our waiting list. I want to have an opening and call you.
Yeah.
I think I have 1 or 2 openings right
like
now,
that.
but it's been.
And it's usually like one day and one another day.
Yeah, and we're now entering into November, December is the biggest times of the year sales wise. Now whether it'll continue or not, who knows? Of course, there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the United States with,
Right. Even with things. COVID, we had a drop off, as y'all know. Y'all experienced that and actually gave, which was wonderful towards that to help with some of the students.
When our doors were locked, yes.
When our doors were locked, some of our parents lost their jobs, so kids can continue with their lessons, which was a huge blessing. But for the most part, other than that weird, crazy anomaly, when it comes to like traditional drop-offs that we normally had, we didn't experience that.
Yeah.
Like due to COVID, that was something that was beyond our control. But when it came to like kids, like I don't really want to take this I don't want to do this anymore, or I'm involved with this now, I'm involved with that now. We didn't really experience the drop off that we normally did when school started and kids were like, I'm going into junior high now, I'm going into high school now, my life is changing, I'm on the football team, I'm going into cheerleading. So we honestly didn't experience that drop off like at all, because I think honestly parents were wanting to let their kids experience normality as much as possible, so they tried not to disrupt the apple cart because their lives were so unsure that they wanted to keep it as normal as possible. So that in and of itself, we weren't really affected when it came to like our normal drop off that we always got, like either at the beginning of the summer. Yeah,
summer is generally the drop-off
which
time
was
for
the
most
COVID
part.
time, and then when school starts, we usually got our junior high kids or our entering into high school kids. We usually had like a little bit of group of this and a little bit of group of that drop off and not come back. But we never experienced that. We actually
and a lot of new people signed up.
When a lot of new people signed up. So it was just been really interesting. The gear side of it, it's been like up in the air, understandably so, because so many different states have so many different policies on what's allowed in and what's allowed out. So yes, it's going to affect small businesses, especially in the central area of America. For us, I don't know how it is in Europe or South America or any of the other countries that have to sell and have storefronts when it comes to music. But for us, we were affected. We felt that a little bit. Not so much because we're not like Guitar Center. We're not like, a big store but quite a few people shut their doors. Mm-hmm. But I think that towards the end of this year, I think, especially for Christmas, I think a lot of families, from what I've heard and have been hearing, a lot of families are really going to try to make this Christmas special for their families and try to make it so much of the normal that they want it to be the best Christmas ever, because a lot of children and a lot of parents and a lot of people have had such a hard time. So
a crazy year.
I can see it getting better for a lot of people and for businesses, just to help keep doors open, because I think the last thing a lot of Americans want are for doors to permanently shut and see things go under and towns become ghost towns. So,
There you go. Thanks for the question, Chris. Just Fun Guitar, who has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Videos about guitars.
Go check them out. Subscribe.
Next question. Actually, the next two questions kind of fall together. We have Fat Philosopher says, can it really be considered a Super Strat if it doesn't have a floating bridge?
I always think of a cape.
Super Strat.
Super
It can't be a Super Strat if it doesn't have a cape.
Yes.
And Driddle, who also said, let's talk about what qualifies as a Super Strat. Some people think it's this, it's that, and it's, does it have to have a Floyd Rose? Can it be a single bridge humbucker and traditional trim? Is it technically super if it has a fixed bridge? Blah, 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 blah. So, we talked about that last week. We had a viewer ask about if I had a Schecter C1 version of the Solo 6 Hellraiser Extremes that I'm super fond of. And we talked about that. We talked about it being a Super Strat, and here it is. And so that brought up some questions because, it's... People think of a Super Strat sometimes as having... it's got to have a bridge of some kind. This has a bridge. It doesn't have the arm, but,
Yeah.
So that's a Strat, that's a Strat, that's a Strat, that's a Telly.
There's a Strat everywhere.
That's a Strat. We got all kinds of Strats up in this mug for someone who's not a Fender guy. Of course, only one of these is a Fender, but they're all Strats. But they're all Strats. And the thing that's different is they all have 21 frets. And this bad boy, it's got 24 frets.
What?
You can fit 24 frets up in this thing.
Yeah.
Right? So this is absolutely more super than all of them because it has 3 more frets.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Okay.
So absolutely a super, because normal Strats don't have 24 frets. So this has more, therefore it is super-er, even without a trim of any kind. And they make Strats. Like I was thinking about this. What about a hardtail Strat? Because Fender has hardtail Strats. Is a hardtail Strat still a Strat? It says Strat on the headstock. I guess it's a Strat, but I consider this a Super Strat. Someone else may not, but that's okay. Do what you want. Call it what you want.
Okay.
I think you can have a Super Strat without a floating bridge. For sure.
Sure. There you go.
That's what I think.
All right. I don't know. That's not my forte.
You guys, comment below. Does a Super Strat have to have a trim?
That's the magic question.
Now, I didn't have, because we shot the video at home last week. My only other Super Strat, and actually it's at home now, and last week it was here, is my PRS Custom 24 SE that I kind of consider a Super Strat because it's a double cutaway and it has a floating bridge.
Okay.
Not a Floyd Rose, but it's, it's certainly more stratty than it is a single cut, even though it's sort of its own thing. People would argue, PRS is its own thing. I'm David Pumpkins.
It's your thing.
Alright, anyways, next question. Home Cross. This is hashtag hey boo hey.
Hey, hey.
So I've just spent an afternoon shaping and filing a bridge saddle for my acoustic guitar.
Ooh.
I know nothing about this procedure.
Oh, no.
And I am a banana on acoustic. So my question to you is, why the heck am I doing this to myself?
I don't know. That scares me. Why would you file anything if you don't know what you're doing?
Yeah.
That's
well,
scary.
the good news is you just buy another bridge.
Oh, okay.
A bridge,
Yeah.
you know it.
Yeah, you could just boop.
You get a new one.
I mean, not like just boop, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Why are you subjecting yourself to that kind of frustration?
You want to know if you can?
Because you want to learn.
Okay, yeah.
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 You know.
I mean, I get that because there's certain things that I would love to learn to do. I want to actually build a ukulele.
You used to not know how to crochet.
Yes. It
And
really,
then you had to try it.
and then I had to
order to
go
learn to do
and watch videos and try it again and get my rhythm and all the stuff. So it was even like playing the ukulele or playing the guitar, like getting the feel of it and you know just all that kind of stuff. Just I get that. You know why do it to yourself? Well, because you know. It's cool to learn a trade and learn how to do things, and later on, if you find a guitar at a garage sale or
That's
somewhere
missing a
that's
bridge.
missing it, you'll actually have the skill set to be able to fix it.
Yeah. And bridges are cheap, honestly. You can get
Yeah.
plastic ones that are like super cheap. You could get a bone bridge. Now it's going to cost a little bit more
Yeah,
and
a
start
little bit more.
getting it in there and shaping and stuff. But
Right, but for the most part,
yeah, a lot of times
They're
you
pretty
learn by
inexpensive.
doing. You know?
yes.
And one thing I've learned, that I'm not like a master luthier
Mm-hmm.
or anything. I'm a musician. I'm more of a player.
Mm-hmm.
But I can do basic repair things on guitars and setups and stuff.
Right.
And I'm amazed at the amount of people who don't want to change their own strings.
Yeah.
Like, all the time people are
Like
coming
me.
in. They want to
I need to learn how. I
Go-
honestly don't know how to do it. I mean,
Pay
I'm sure I can.
Yeah, it's not rocket science.
Right.
It's definitely not brain surgery.
Yes.
Rocket surgery, brain science. It's not that hard.
Yes.
But-
it is the idea though of just completely messing up your guitar or breaking something.
Yeah.
That's frightening to me.
It's a lot harder than people think to break stuff.
Okay.
Like I had to adjust a truss rod today, and I'm always like, I always forget which direction. Like righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so usually before I do it, I'll go and look at a video of somebody who's like, you do it this way. I'm like, oh, that's right. I knew that.
Right.
But I'm also like,
still
let me double check it.
making
I'm
sure,
like, oh,
just
okay.
in case you jack
Go ahead
something
and
up.
mess it up. And, you know, the guy's like,
Yeah.
listen, people are always super afraid about doing that because they're afraid they're going to break it. And he's like, it's actually pretty difficult to break your truss rod.
Right.
I mean, you can break it.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure a
you
lot
can
of
have some that
people
are
have
already
probably
broken.
have. Yeah.
Like I got a guitar that it was already broken
Right.
because it fell and was damaged, but we didn't know until later on.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, you breaking it, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated. If you can put gas in your car, you can do some basic things.
I don't know about that. Putting gas in your car is just pouring like water out into a bucket. That's basically all.
If you can pour water out into a bucket, you can
change strings on your
you
guitar.
can change strings on a guitar.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that. It depends on the guitar too, and it depends
Well,
on what
Floyd
the-
Roses are a little more ridiculous, but most of the time. I think you're doing it because you want to learn, and I think it's a great thing to do.
Yeah, I think
And you might
anything
be
like that
obsessed
is
with
a good
guitars.
thing to do. I think all people. I think that should be something that we even offer. Is like get just like this just cheap ratty guitar, and teach kids how to solder, and teach them how to put in pickups, and teach them how to string it. And like even with like a Floyd Rose, like teach them how to do that.
Well,
It'd be like a part of a class, like
Yeah.
you're learning how to do this week.
I do that with my students a lot of times. Once they've been here for a while, like, and their strings are getting crusty, I'm like, leave that with me. Let me change your strings.
Yeah.
You know? And then I'm like, you know what? Today's lesson is I'm going to teach you how to change your strings.
Yes.
So we'll have a whole lesson like, here's how you do this. Because normally you got to pay me to do this. I mean, I'll change your strings all day long if you're paying me.
Right.
I could do that all day and not
Yeah.
get tired of it.
Or you can order your strings on Amazon and do it yourself.
If you're paying me. No. So I do generally, we'll have the kids and I'll teach them, like, your fretboard's super dry. So here's how you take care of that. You know, so that's for our students. But
Yeah.
I need
It's a good tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of resources. You know, you can look up a video, how to file a bridge. You'll find a truckload of videos how to do it. So, yeah. And the more you do it, the better you get. Next time you do it, it'll be even better. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you're doing it, Colm. I think it was a rhetorical question, but, you know.
Yeah, but still.
We needed some questions.
Because a lot of people...
there were not very many questions this week,
We're just
y'all.
talking just to be talking because we're just trying to fill
We're
time.
trying to fill time.
Filler. Yeah.
It's better than having too many questions, I guess. And
That's
having
true.
You know,
But
we got
still good
30
information,
questions.
and they get to see us.
Cut it down to 10 questions.
And talk to us and, you know, laugh at our silliness and how tired we are right now. Yeah.
There you go, Colm. Congrats for doing it and trying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, there's stuff everybody should learn to do
there's
on
some
their guitar.
things that all people need to learn how to do when you own a guitar.
Now, if you snap the headstock off and you're not sure about, you know, gluing it and clamping it, that's a whole nother level of things. But like replacing tuners, replacing a nut, replacing a bridge, restringing it, adjusting the neck, adjusting your action, adjusting the intonation, all just sort of, that's sort of basic stuff that literally anybody can do. I think. All right, thanks for the question, Colm. Final question.
What?
And another question from Fat Philosopher, but it
Sweet.
says, hey, boo, hey, hashtag, hey, boo, hey. What are your experiences with non-wood guitars like Kolos or Aristides? Was Aristides or Aristides? Aristides? I don't know. Are these guitar brands the future? Future. You know, I'm not super familiar with a lot of those. I know a guy who's kind of a collector of the Aristides guitars. It's like a carbon fiber guitar body, so it's not made of wood. It's like a polymer of some kind, you know.
Yeah.
So there's no wood actually in the guitar, and
Does it affect the resonating quality of
it
it?
resonates really well, apparently, because wood's not the only thing that resonates.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, of course.
What was I saying?
You say
You made me lose track of what I was thinking.
saw somebody.
No, I have a friend. I know a guy who's kind of a collector of the Aristides or Aristides, however you say it, guitars, and he like loves them and he's obsessed with them. I'm like,
Interesting.
and he's got other guitars too. I think one of the things about them, with the Aristides guitars, is they're super stable.
Okay.
Because you know, guitars go in and out of tune. Part of it has to do with fluctuations in temperature and humidity and all that stuff. Because the wood shifts. Wood can swell or contract based on humidity, like your hair does.
What did you say to me?
I said sometimes because you're like, hey, it's so humid out here in my hair. Just wear it curly all the time.
That was below the belt. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
I'm just kidding.
And the temperature changes. So it's the wood that is shifting, and that's why your guitar goes out of tune.
It's like an old
flat.
house.
Yeah. Well, you don't. Those guitars don't tend to do that
Okay.
because it's not wood, so it doesn't shift that way. They tend to be more stable, I think. So,
Okay. Interesting. That's cool.
Are they the brands of the future? I was like, I don't think so.
I'm a brand of the future.
Is Angela the brand of the future?
I think some people just love, just like books.
People like
they
different
just
things.
want that smell and that touch, and so maybe it'll be more popular, but it's never going to replace anything. I don't think.
Yeah, they may continue.
It'll just come alongside.
They may continue to grow in popularity, but you know, I don't think they'll ever overtake guitars that are made of wood.
Yeah.
You know, what will probably happen is guitar manufacturers will start using different species of wood. You know, if you come to the point where like, well, we just can't get mahogany anymore. It's all gone. We burned it all up.
Taking all the trees.
All right, we're going to use red Grandis. Oh, great, red Grandis. You know, or we're going to use
particle board.
Particle board. You know, I think they'll probably continue to be popular with a certain segment. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I don't know that they'll ever replace. Like, you know, drums. I mean, there's been, Vista Light drums have been around since the 70s. Like plexiglass drums. And they never really took off. I mean, John Bonham played them.
They're pretty cool
there are people who played them. They look awesome. And I've played in marching.
Who had those like red ones or like reddish orange ones or something?
Yeah,
like that?
John Bonham.
Okay.
Led Zeppelin. But there's been several famous guys who use those, and they sound interesting and unique, and obviously would save on the trees.
Yeah.
But everybody still wants maple drums. And even in the marching percussion world, we had drums that it was not the Vista Lights, but it could have been fiberglass. I can't remember. We had some like really lightweight material marching drums, bass drums, snare drums, and then that's kind of cool. All right, let's get some maple ones. Everybody it's.
Does that sound?
That stuff's been around for forever, so I don't think, barring, all the trees are dead and we're all, dying from no oxygen.
Doubt that
It won't really matter, but I don't think traditional guitars made of wood will ever go away completely. So I don't know. I don't really like the shapes of them personally. I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. Does not appeal to me visually. They don't appeal to me the way they're made. I'm like, I understand it's good for this.
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. So
I'll show you one. I mean, they're kind of cool.
Okay.
And they're expensive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
That's one thing. They're not exactly cheap either. So it's a little tough to oh yeah, everybody's gonna buy one of those.
Right. Not so much.
They might be, but I don't think guitars as we have known them since the 50s and before that, acoustic guitars even. There was it Rain Song? I think it's Rain Song that had like a carbon fiber acoustic guitar. And what was the other one? Ovation. They had the guitars with the plastic polymer backs and stuff. It's like, yeah, those are around, and most people want a Martin or a Taylor or a Gibson or something with spruce and mahogany. So I don't think it'll go anytime soon.
Yeah,
that's what I think. But I have been known to be wrong about things in the past.
No.
Yeah, sometimes I'm wrong. It's true. All right, and that is the final question. You guys, what do you guys think? Do you think guitars made of not wood are the future? Future. Everything's chrome in the future.
Yes.
Why is everything chrome?
Everything is chrome in the future.
Chrome guitars. That's what I'm looking forward to, because everything's chrome in the future.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
You guys tell us what you think, your answers to these questions. If you have a question for next week, please type it below in the comment section of this video. And if you watch this incredibly long video from beginning to end,
so long.
Secret hashtag of the day. Only if you watch the whole thing. If you only watch 5 minutes, you don't get to share the secret hashtag of the day. This is only for the really awesome people who watch the whole thing. Secret hashtag of the day down below is hashtag future. Hashtag Chrome.
Hashtag Super Strat.
I should have worn my Fender shirt. I almost wore it today. I didn't.
We had the conversation.
I didn't realize we were going to talking about Super Strats, or I would have worn my Fender shirt. Dang it.
Silly.
Next time, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, leave that below, and we'll know that you watched this whole video from beginning to end. You guys are amazing. If you would like to support us in some kind of way, financially, you can go to our Teespring store down below. We got some swaggity swag. We got some t-shirts. We got some socks. We got some leggings for your lady. Or
that reminds me, I need to buy mine.
Yeah, tank tops, hoodies. It's sweater weather.
It's sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
It's sweater weather. It's hoodie weather, so you get you an RNA hoodie.
Yeah.
So if you like us and you enjoy what we do and enjoyed our stuff and you'd like to support in some way and you're not ready to buy a guitar or something, get you a t-shirt.
That's okay.
Get you a t-shirt. Get you a coffee cup.
Little cup of cup.
A cup of cup.
Little sippy sip.
Yeah.
And cup of cup.
That's great. If you want to. No pressure. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just watch the videos, thumbs up, like, share. You want to. Treat yourself. Treat yourself.
2020.
Treat yourself. 2020. We all need to get treated in 2020.
Sure enough.
So, all right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next video. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
And you need the music.
We need to keep it alive for the next generation
Yeah, we do.
of musicians.
They need some music.
They
need some music.
They need some Led Zeppelin. That's what they need.
They need to get the lead out.
Get the freaking lead out. Freaking lead out.
Motorhead.
What are they teaching this school? Nerds. Or is it dorks? Is that the...
Yeah. Nerds are more scientific-y. Oh, I cannot see. I can't see myself, but that's fine.
Do you need to?
No, not necessarily, but I do need to fix this piece here.
How do you know if it's fixed? I can't see it.
Because I can tell by the way the dark is against the blue on the whole thing.
Darkness.
And I can feel it.
Imprisoning me. 7-11.
Okay. Awesome.
Ready?
Yes.